And whoever does the most damage in the first 4 hits of their basic lights. 3008. 2727. Whis. 2727 is a 2688. 2500 even. 2500 off of Kefla. 2500 off of Gotenks SSJ3. 2482. 2482 again. 2443. Sen Shenron is 2443. When you transform him into a Mega Shenron, he has the exact same 2443. 2443 as well. Final form. 2443. Base Vegito from Super. 2407. 2407. 2469. 2386. Vegeta. 2350. Absorbed. 2350. Absorbed. 2350 as well. Ultimate Gohan. 2350. Teen Gohan SJ2. 2386. 2386. 2386 for him. Super Trunks. 2350. Golden Frieza. 2421. 2407 on Gotenks SSJ1. Fat Boo. 2350. 2350. Baby Vegeta 2. 2350. Fix Cell. 2350. Goku Z Mid SSJ1. 2293. Vegeta End SSJ1. 2293. Kale SSJ1. 2293. Kefla. 2311. Trunks Melee SSJ1. 2293. 2293 from Trunks SSJ. Goku End Super Saiyan 1. 2293 from Super Vegeta. 2293. Teen Gohan Super Saiyan 1. 2293. And Future Gohan SSJ. 2293. Goku Super SSJ 1. 2474. Vegeta Super SSJ 1. 2293. Adult Gohan SSJ 1. 2293. Base Gotenks 2311. Rebrand 2254. Super SSJ 1. 2272. Frieza Second Form 2254. Vegeta Z Early SSJ 1. 2293. Android 16. 2254. Super Garlic Jr. 2162. 2254. 2162. King Cold. 2162. Trunks. 2197. 2197 from Kid Goten SSJ. Cooler. 2162. Broly from Super. 3088, but with the first 4 hits is 2164. Frieza Full Power. 2162. Android 19. 2162. MEY Goku. 2019. That's with 5 hits. 8 hits for 3,000. Kale in her Berserker form. 2028. Super Boo. 2066. Buff Zarbon. 2066 as well. Oob at his full power. 2066. Nappa. 2066. 2166. Tien. 2166. Frieza from Super. 2166. Cell in his third form, but it's not perfect Cell. 2166. And Raccoon. 2166. The Z series, but in his fourth form. 2066. Evil Boo. 1973. Baby Vegeta in his base form. 1973. In his second form, he does 2060 and 2066. And Deborah. 2066. In his base form. 1973. UI Goku. 1915. That's what 5 hits. Future Gohan in his base. 1973. Kale in her base form. Broly Super. 1973. In Z End. 1973. E Broly. 1973. 1973. Trunks Melee in his base. 1973. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito. 5 hits, 1931. With his full 6 hits, though, it's 2780. 1973. Piccolo Fuse. 1973. Topo. 1973. Zamasu. 1973. Second State Cell. 1973. 1973. 1999, but he does 9 hits before he does his, finishes it. Cell. 1973 with 4 hits. 1973 with 4 hits. Bergama. 1973. Early. 1881. Jiren. 2528 with 6 hits. 5 hits, 1756. That's 5 hits. Full power Jiren. 6 hits is 1913. 6 hits. With 7 hits is 2714. With 7. Android 17 from Super. 4 hits is 1881. Trunks Sword in his base form. 1881 with 4 hits. Gogeta SSJ4. 6 hits is 2118. But 4 hits, it's 1412. 9 hits, 3,177. 1973. $1881. Regular Piccolo, 1881. Bardock, 1881. Oob in his regular base form, 1881. His base, 1881. Kid Gohan. 1785. Vegeta Super in his base, 1785. 1756 with 5 hits. Kefla SSJ1, 1731 with 5 hits. 1826. Nail, 1881. Mecha Frieza, 1881. Kid Goten, 1881. Kid Trunks, 1881. 1881. 1881 again. 1877. 1785. 1785. Poutine, 1785 with 4 hits. 5 hits, 1783. 4 hits, 1784. Super Broly, Super SSJ1, 1756 with 4 hits. Vegito, SSJ1, 5 hits is 2588, but 4 hits is 1798. I mean, it's one extra punch. With Kaioken active, 1920 for 5 hits isn't that big of an increase. 6 hits for 2763 with Kaioken and this expensive character, I mean, for ranked. And it's kind of ET. 2041 for 5 hits. 1418 for 4 hits. Super Saiyan 1 GT Goku, 1648 for 4 hits. $23.86 for 4 hits off of Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. Teen Gohan in base, 1352. Kid Buu, for 5 hits, only 1669. Roshi, 1465. Zarbon, 1692. $17.85. Krillin, 1785. $17.85. Oh. Frieza in his first form, $17.85. Videl, $16.92. Fearless, $16.92. $16.92. $17.85. $17.85. $17.85. Off of Android 17. Goku Z End SSJ1. $22.93, actually very high. Goku Z End SSJ2. $16.48. Vegeta Scouter, 1692. Raditz, 1785 at 4 hits. 1785 at 4 hits again from Android 18. 1785. $17.56 from Super Android 13. Z End base form, 1785. Vegeta Z End SSJ 2, 5 hits for 1649. Vegeta Z Early base form, 1785. Goldo, 1692 for 4 hits. Chaozu, 1504 for 4 hits. Yajirobe, 1465 for 4 hits. 1596, which I think is pretty decent. Hercule, 430, which is absolutely atrocious and is the worst. I did not go through the trouble of testing the characters that have a big body because they are incapable of hitting somebody who's standing still on the ground. Absolutely incapable. Literally can't fight them. Absolutely terrible. Mention that these characters, like MUI Goku, they have tons and tons of hits to their normals, 3,076 damage for 8 hits, but you gotta consider too, the more hits you do to your opponent, the more opportunities you're giving them to counter you, and there are some characters that can do, in 5 hits he did 2,019 damage. Some of the characters in this game do more than that with 4 hits. So when you use characters like these that just do tons and tons of punches, I mean, you're just giving your opponent more opportunity to counter you. 9 hits for 3,177 damage. 4 hits, he only did 14 damage, 1,412. I mean, you're doing a bunch of hits, but you could use a character that does 4 hits and does 2,350 damage. I mean, all you're really doing is making your opponent feel overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting hit so many times. Like, he's just so OP, and I mean, it is, but at the same time, your opponent actually has more opportunity to counter than what he would if you had a character that did less blows and did more damage. 6 hits, he only did 1,913. That's I mean, 7 hits. I mean, Vegito, 7 hits. I mean, it ended at 7 hits. 5 hits, 1931. 6 hits, 2780. I mean, you see what I'm saying? He's better, but Birder, 10 hits, okay, but 9 hits, 1999. You can pick a character easily who will do 4 hits and will do more than 2,000 with just 4 blows. So I mean, that's why I don't rate these characters super high. Again, this tier list that you just watched was just ranking the damage of the first 4 hits of the light normals that the characters have in the roster. So because your first 4 hits are going to be your most consistent when you're fighting, and it's going to be what you're going to hit guaranteed all the time, pretty much. So I mean, based off of that, that's how much damage you're going to do off of each exchange. And you want that to be as high as possible because it makes a difference. You will need less confirms on your opponent to beat their character. That can give you an advantage.